Hi friends, today I'm going to do a review of the brand Three Rivers Manufacturing, which many of you have heard of. If you're new to the knife world, you might not have. They are manufactured in Massachusetts, near a place called Three Rivers. They are an OEM for other companies, although they don't say exactly what other companies they manufacture for or what parts they make. The designer there is Les, and the lady who kind of runs everything there is, I believe her name is Mary, and they're very nice people. They get back to you immediately if you ever have a question. These are the three main knives that they have, but they also have two others that are not here. One is called a Shadow, which is got basically an axis lock, which I think they call a river lock, maybe. And they also have an Atlas, which is a slip joint, which they manufacture for people who live in cities who have laws where you can't have a locking blade. However, that being said, it is also very nice. These three knives here, however, this is called the Neutron, and the Neutron was reviewed by Nick Shabazz, and he said, boy, this is a nice knife. I guess if they make a full-size model, they'll have to call it an Atom because it'll be the whole Atom. That was his joke. Well, lo and behold, they did make an Atom, which is a more full-size version of this Neutron. There's several things about this that I like. First, let's talk about them as a company. They manufacture and make everything in-house, and if they don't, they source from American-made materials. So the steel is all CPM 20 CV crucible steel made here. Their heat treat is very good. You can see on their blades, they've got it marked here, TRM USA 20 CV. They are kind of a small OEM, so often their stuff is sold out and it's hard to get, but they have regular drops. So if you just follow them on Facebook and or on Instagram, you will see when they drop. Everything here, all the titanium, everything is manufactured in-house. So one of the cool things about them is that their scales, which I don't know if they manufacture them or if they have them sourced. I do know that they claim that everything is made in America. The cool thing about these is that they are extraordinarily, instead of having to take the pivot out, they just have two screws here, and it just removes to show the liner, so you don't have to take out the pivot, you don't have to take apart the knife, so you can have as many different kinds of cool scales as you want and dress it up differently. That is something that I'm just really surprised a lot of other knife manufacturers don't do. Let's talk about the action on these. So all of these are snappy and they come right out. They don't necessarily have left-hand holds, left-hand clips for these. This Nerd, which is their smallest one, basically looks exactly like a Shadow, except for the Shadow has a, not a Shadow. Yeah, it basically looks like it, except for it doesn't have a river lock. It's just a liner lock. All three of these are liner locks. This is the second generation of this. That's the other thing that they do, is they do iterations. So they came out with an Atom first that the liners were not nested, and now all of their liners are nested inside of their scales. So this one had no hole here, and this symbol was over here for the first generation. And so what they did is, after a lot of customers on their Facebook group kind of said, it'd be great if we had a little hole here, it would make it easier to open. They did it, and now you can flick it open both ways. This is a really small knife, and I carry it as a 5th pocket knife. I personally have this Cobra Python, I believe it's called, scales on it. I really like that. You can have as many scales as you want and change them out. Talking about the Atom and scales, this titanium has become, this is machined in-house. And when you get the titanium scales, it comes with its own special upgraded clip. You'll see that their traditional clip is like this, which honestly is a freaking great clip. It's not milled, it is bent, but it's really nice. And then they have upgraded it here to this more sexy look. This titanium atom, let me just tell you, like, it feels great in the hand. It's milled superbly well. Look at the back, the details on that. It's just so well done. And super slicey. The blade stock on this is going to be some of the thinnest blade stock you have on any knife. I don't know if you can have thinner blade stock. The thumb studs are, some people find it hard without these little rubber gaskets on here. Some people find it hard to open. I don't personally, but having the rubber gaskets on here does make it a little bit easier for your thumbnail not to slip off. What else do I want to say? I actually like holding it and flicking it open left-handed. I can actually get a thumb flick left-handed, whereas with my right hand, I cannot get a finger flick in here because the scale comes up close to that. So that's the only drawback, is I wish this dipped down just a little bit more so I get a finger flick. It's primarily with a right-handed deployment only going to be a thumb flick. So I love this brand, American made, root for the home team. I don't have anything against other manufacturers in other countries. In fact, I own several. I just also happen to like things that are made all here, and I like the fact that it's manufactured. Everything that you see here is manufactured in the United States. I love the different scale options. I love the titanium. They work with a company that makes custom printed scales, which are really nice. They have a horsehead nebula. They have a couple of different kinds of fish scales that look really nice. I love this micarta too, feels really good. I like the size of this guy. Like I said, I keep it in my fifth pocket. It's very non-scary, but very sharp and just a nice little knife. So yeah, that's Three Rivers Manufacturing. I suggest you check them out. If you really decide you want to check one out, I would suggest getting on the Facebook group. Also go to their website. If you go to their FAQ page, their FAK page, you will see that they have listed their drops coming up and when they're going to be. They've been increasing their drops more and more lately, so it's actually pretty easy compared to a year ago to actually get their stuff pretty fast. If you just look for a couple of weeks, you pretty much are going to be able to get one. So check it out. Let me know if you have any Three Rivers stuff, and let me know what you think about it. Thanks so much for joining me at Sharp Ends, and I'll see you next time. Bye.